Hi, how are you? I'm Mr. Muso. Today we are revising. We are talking about Zimbabwean history. We want to talk about the Ndebele state. Here is our question for today. How accurate is the assertion that the economy of the Ndebele solely depended on raiding? How accurate is the assertion that the economy of the Ndebele solely depended on raiding? Are we saying that the economy of the Ndebele, it was only based on raiding? Are we saying that there were other factors that were also significant, that were also done by the Ndebele state? So that is what we want to look at today. So let's start with raiding. Then later on, we talk about the other factors that were also significant in the Ndebele state. We see that the Ndebele, they raided for booty, they raided for cattle, they raided for goats and also sheep. They were in a position of getting meat from these animals. They also raided for grains, and also they raided people in some instances. So by so doing now, raiding was significant because it brought wealth. Raiding brought food in the society. Therefore, raiding was significant. The economy of the Ndebele, it was sustained by raiding. We move on the next paragraph. Raiding was also significant. Why? It is because the Ndebele had a raiding culture. If you are saying culture, we are saying that their economy was mostly dependent on raiding. Remember, they came from the Ngoniland. So when they came from the Ngoniland, now raiding was significant. Why? It is because in the Ngoniland, raiding was done. Therefore, we can say that the economy of the Ndebele, it was solely dependent on raiding. Because the Ndebele, they had a raiding culture. They came from the Ngoniland where raiding was done. So when they came to Zimbabwe, they continued with that raiding culture. Therefore, raiding was significant in their economy. But however, it was not only raiding that was significant in their economy. There was also what? You talk about the Ingola Festival. This was the harvest of the first fruit. When they harvested their first fruits, they gathered, they celebrated, thanking their God, thanking their ancestors for providing enough rainfall. So the economy of the Ndebele, it was sustained also by the Ingola Festival. It played also an important part in their economy. Their economy, it was also dependent on agriculture. They practiced agriculture. They grew crops such as sorghum, millet, rapoko, and wheat. From these, they were in a position of having enough food. By so doing, again, clearly showing us that agriculture played an important part in their economy. Pastoralism was significant. They were in a position of keeping a cattle, sheep, and goats. And through these animals that they kept, they were in a position of having enough food. So pastoralism was done, and they practiced what was known as the paddock system, the true humanence, showing us that pastoralism was significant in their economy. We talk about trade. They were trading with foreigners. They were trading with the local people. Trade was done. It was significant in the Ndebele state. Again, it's an important economical activity that was done in their state. You talk about tribute payment. They paid tribute to their leaders to show respect or loyalty. That on its own was significant again. You also talk about that in their economy. Then you talk about mining. They mined iron ore. They mined gold. They mined also a copper. And the item that they used to mine, they paid tribute to their leaders. They could also trade with foreigners, showing us that mining was significant. Then there were other economical activities that were practiced in the Ndebele state: hunting and gathering, pottery, weaving, and baskets. These activities also were important in the economy of the Ndebele. So in our conclusion, what are we saying? We are saying that the economy of the Ndebele, although it was dependent on raiding, however, on the other side of the coin, we are seeing that there were other economical activities that were done in the Ndebele state. Thank you so much. I am Mr. Muso.